Hello everybody, this is Somnius Thalarum back for another episode of Civilization V. We are back playing the Shoshone, and let's get to it. In the capital we're building our workshop, as well as in Agaitica. In Timuak we're building a harbor, and then we're getting our lighthouse in Goshut and trying to get some extra growth here. Yeah, let's get to it. Go to the next turn. I don't think there's anything we needed to do right away. Any specialists we need to check? Not really. We do have a bit of a production queue there. We've got, well, the harbor going there. We'll be getting our Circus Maximus over here. As soon as this workshop's done, I'm going to want to switch to that up into our production queue. Or our workshop specialist, I should say. Let's send one of you guys over here. Yeah, we'll send you over there. What do you want to do? We're going to have 11 turns to growth there. We do have guilds, so we can put a few guilds stuff over here. Might as well do that. I don't see much else I want to do. I mean, I could put some hills over here. You know what? Go... Yeah, let's go do a guild over here. And that's it for that. I don't want to be friends with you, unfortunately. I want to be friends with anybody but you. And potentially Songhai. Everyone else I think I'd be willing. Even Babylon. Although they're at war with Siam and I'm not terribly thrilled about not having friendship with Siam. I don't think Siam's going to really be an aggressive AI, and I would like to stay friends with them until I go to conquer their capital, because I need their capital. That's just the simple fact of it. I need everybody's capital, so I'm going to be at war with everybody at some point, but until I have to, I'm going to stay friendly as I can be with them. A little bit of a backstabbing guy that way. Apparently, for this one. I'm not usually a backstabbing guy. Oh, let me just be clear. I'm not usually that bad, but... Okay, let's go to the next turn. Have my workers heading in their various directions. Shaka has made peace with Casimir. Did they take any cities? 4 cities? 5 cities. It looks like it was just a draw. I don't think there was any cities exchanged. Okay, there's a new cargo ship here. Let's send you to the highest bidder. Probably Moscow, I'd say. Oh, Rio's pretty good too, actually. Yeah, let's send you to Rio. You've built that. Go ahead and build a couple guilds over here. Although we can build some, hill, like a mine over here. Might not be terrible. It would end up taking away the jungle, though. Which we would lose the 2 signs output from. Yeah, let's just start with that. Do you want to be working this tile? Probably. Once our happiness is a little bit better, we might want to start increasing growth here. But for now, that should be alright. Okay, next turn. Pedro. You guys are going to war with Pedro. Alright, we have no interest in this arrangement. Shaka, would you be willing to go to war with Catherine? Yes. Research agreement. Yes, I want another research agreement. I kind of feel bad that it's giving you a bit more power, a little bit more research, but I need a research agreement with somebody. I don't have friendships with anybody else. So, yeah, we're going to keep going with that. Okay, go ahead and build guild. It's not great, but it is what it is. Warrior and an archer. Not really afraid of that. But you never know. Okay, we got that. Let's go ahead and improve this. The sheep here. We'll be getting some more growth. And then I believe we're going to be going into unhappiness, so we might as well switch to production. Yes, let us work together. We'll get some research agreements going with you once we both get some money. I don't have any money either. Okay, go ahead and build a pasture. And I don't think we're going to want to do anything else in particular. You're working that extra tile, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's alright. The workshop's about to be done pretty much in both cities. We might want to switch that. Yeah, you're going to take that tile, which is fine. It's probably a bit of a misclick there that I had that on that production tile. Let's go to the next turn. You want open borders? Sure, I'll give you open borders. I'm going to stay friendly with you. I'm such a nice guy. I'm really nice. Until I'm not. Got a couple of profits from Songhai, but they seem to be avoiding my area, which isn't bad. I don't know where these guys are going. Are they at war with anybody? They're not at war. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Actually, we might want to build some guilds on these two tiles here. And even this hill, actually. Now I think of it, since we're going to be working those anyways, we might as well get some extra gold. And there's no real improvements that we can do other than that. Okay. Let's take a look at our spot. We have 11 turns until we hopefully steal something. My guess is we're going to want to try to get navigation. The only other thing we're going to want to get... Well, the only... yeah, we're not really going to be able to get anything else better. So, hopefully they have navigation. I would suspect they do. But you never know. So, physics is fine. Then steel, then gunpowder. And then we'll pop chemistry with our Oxford. How is our production doing in Goshut? You are about to grow, and then we're pretty much going to switch to high production. And if I were to if I were to do that, we'd be stagnating, but we wouldn't once this improvement's done. And once that improvement is done, we're probably going to have let's keep it like that, because then as soon as we get some extra food, we'll be able to switch to high production tiles. And then my next move with this worker is going to be send you over to this hill, this hill, and get another mine there. That looks like it's right. Okay. And then how many turns for the library? Right now it's 28, but I think we're going to be going faster than that because of this extra production. And then we shouldn't forget, we're going to be getting the Circus Maximus in, well, less than 16 turns. That's going to give us a boost of 5 happiness, which is pretty good. We can adopt a policy. We can get extra happiness from harbors and lighthouses. That's probably a pretty good idea. We can also get extra production, which is huge. And we'll get, yeah, I think we're gonna want to go down the exploration, although we do want to do rationalism at some point. But right now, our empire is not happy. We're not going to get anything from the opener. And even once we get to the great scientists, they are useful, but not right now. Although that extra science from the trading posts are going to be nice. Let's start with maritime infrastructure, and that's going to allow us much more production, and will help us enormously. And then we're going to go for naval tradition. We might want to... Do we want... Okay, I think we're going to want maritime infrastructure and naval tradition. We may want merchant navy, and then we'll probably go down rationalism. But I think that's where we're going to stop. And I don't think we're going to want any of the other things. So let's go for maritime infrastructure, get our extra production in, and let's leave it at that. Let's get you working your workshop, and I want you to go to production focus. So you can get the Circus Maximus up in 10 turns. We might want just a little bit of extra science here. So if we do this, see, but we're stagnating then. So if we lock one of those as well, we'll be up in 11 turns. We are getting a little bit of extra food, but not much, so we're not going to be growing terribly fast. But enough. We can take the market out. And maybe one of the writers' guilds. We're not getting that much culture. So having the writers' guilds is actually pretty nice. Although we're not working any of our TBs. trying to see if there's anything else I can improve here. Not really. Yeah, I think that's alright. Not terrible, at least. Let's go for that. Okay. So we're about to get growth out of Go Shoot, which will send us temporarily into unhappiness. Casimir and Pedro have entered the Renaissance. They're actually behind us. Well, they're not actually behind us. We went a little bit faster than it probably should have. But that's alright. Okay. There's a Russian settler going over this way. I wonder where you're going. If you're going over here, that might be troublesome. Because it's not that I want that as a city location, but it might put border pressure and cause us to have some tension with Russia. Timuak is done, so let's go ahead and get the workshop. Yeah, the workshop done there. And then we're about to get the lighthouse growing there. We're stagnating right now, but if we were to switch... Well, that doesn't really help. Probably send an extra worker down here. Next available worker I'll probably send down here. Actually, this one needs to build some guilds. And there's another settler coming over here. We're kind of getting settlers coming. Kind of worried they want to settle like on this iron or copper too. Or this iron actually. I'm more concerned about that iron. You know what, I might send you out here. Just keep an eye on what's going on over there. Okay, we've got a city connection here. We don't have a harbor here yet. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. That's alright. 2 more turns until we got that connected. 10 turns until we got the library. Are we going to be able to buy the university is the question. And then we'll be able to build Oxford. How much longer for that? 8 turns. So we'll probably see once the 8 turns are up what we're going to be looking at. I think we'll have enough money, or it'll be close to having enough money. Yeah, we're spying on Songhai, and they have caravels. So the chances of them having gone up that the shipping navigation line are actually pretty good. Okay, let's just sit you there and tell you to wait there. We'll get some happiness again. Go before getting much more happiness again. And then our next social policy is going to be for a heck of a lot of happiness. 50 turns. We're probably going to want to increase that speed a little bit. The Circus Maximus, does that give me extra culture? Gives me 1 extra culture. We're probably going to want some more things going on. We'll get 4 extra culture from Merchant Navy, which is nice. Although we might want, like, National Epic or Heroic Epic or different things like that. Well, maybe not Heroic Epic, at least not right now. But Artist Guild. Yeah, we might want an Artist Guild in, maybe especially in Timoak. Yeah, another Brazilian settler. They're really determined to get like another city. Funny, everybody hates them, but they've only got 1 city. I mean, poor guys, they just want to have a little bit of breathing room, and nobody wants to give it to them. Okay. Okay, so we're actually growing again. That's alright for now. How much longer for you? 4 turns. And how much longer for you to hook that up? It's only 2 more turns. How about this? You want ivory for copper? Works as it stands on the table. Let's do this, and that will give us a little bit more happiness as well once we get the copper hooked up. What are you up to? Where did that Russian settler go? Don't know yet, actually. Okay. You come over there and build something there. Next turn, hopefully they ask us to declare friendship again. Yes, I would like to stay friends with you. Thank you. Oh, we got a great person. That's lovely. We can put a improvement right on that tile too. Go ahead and build a trading post here. It won't remove the jungle. Johann Kepler. 1,500 beakers. So that would give us steel and not quite gunpowder. But would start us on gunpowder. But I think we're going to be better off making a great person improvement. So let's start heading over in that direction there. Although, do we want to do that over in a Gaidica? Probably not. That would still give us a food and a production. Yeah, I think we'd rather do it in our capital. We might want some great person improvements here, especially since we have our National College here, along with our... what if we... we're okay here. Okay, so what do we want? We want you to come over here. Yeah, these guys just seem to be chilling. I want to send this guy up here. So see, actually, I could probably send you over. Probably just watching as their guys are going by. They're just kind of waving at them as they go by. We will get the silver there eventually. I can't buy it though. Kinda sucks. But that's alright. Heck, if I'm really lucky, I might get this silver too. Although I don't really care so much for that one. As long as I get one, I can connect it to my network and that'll be fine. Okay, next turn. Prague wants a trade route. Where is Prague? We should get the cargo ships going, actually. We still need 2 more. Prague and Zurich. They're both over in that direction. Okay, just head back into there and go back on alert. You move over 1 and then do your improvement. You can just head back into go shoot. They might have scared them with that move there. Okay, we want to be working that tile. Perfect. So we're getting 8 science, 8 beakers from that. That's good. That's really good. We're getting 140. How is our science doing? Let's go to Info Attic. And if we look in World Rankings Technologies, we're at 29. We're 6 techs behind the leaders with 35 each with Babylon and Russia. We're not doing terrible. We're catching up to other civs. And there are a couple techs that we're kind of delaying. So we are a little bit higher than this would indicate. So we're probably closer to the Zulus and Poland than it shows here. And if we look at science output, we're doing all right. We're 3rd, right behind Babylon and Russia, which makes sense. Russia's at 175. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's a little bit scary. But we're gonna have to try to catch up to them. So let's take a look. We have 5 turns until our library is done here. I don't think I can get this to go any faster. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to want to build or buy a university. Where's that Brazilian settler? Looks like you're going over here. Don't mind that quite as much. And I still have no idea what happened to... Actually, the Russian settler might have been kind of picked off. Okay, you're done there. Go get me some more... Yeah, let's get some more production. We're production hungry right now. Okay. You, I want to build a trading post up here. Not ideal. I don't like trading posts all that much, but they are useful from time to time. And then... Okay, the Circus Maximus is almost done. Once you're done, I want you to build... Spit out a couple of cargo ships. Nothing else we absolutely need in here. And then we'll probably look at switching to military units, because we're going to want to gear up for a war against Songhai. It found another city over there, which is kind of a terrible city. If they want to keep that city, I'm fine with that. Gao is going to be their most important city. It's where they have the most resources. So they have 2 ivory and marble, which do we have marble? I thought we had marble, but I might be mistaken. Yes, we had marble. So it's going to provide us an extra source of those, and then 2 pearls, which isn't bad. Could be worse, I suppose. But let's go to the next turn. Yeah, so I'm going to want to, after I get those cargo ships up, I'm going to want to start focusing on preparing for that war, which I'm going to want to use my... Yes, we are all friends. You're welcome. Or, thank you, I should say. I don't know. I don't know what I should say. I'm bad with diplomacy. 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 The best diplomacy is... well, I probably shouldn't say that. I was going to say the best diplomacy is at the end of a gun, but that's the easiest diplomacy, I should say. Probably isn't the best diplomacy. Really wouldn't say that. But it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of what history's taught us. But probably not the best way to go about politics. So, yeah, I think cooperation is probably a bit underrated because of that. Okay, let's see. Is there anything we need to do on this turn? We're going to be growing there. We're all good over here. We're about to get a harbor over here. We might want to send... Actually, let's get you... Let's get you over here to build a mine. And then we'll send you down here as well. Yes, we're all friends. Thank you. Pedro. Everybody wants to go to war with Pedro. Sorry, I don't have any interest in this arrangement. Although, if there's anybody I want to get stronger over on that side of the map, it would be Poland. So if they went to war with Pedro and won, it might not be terrible. But I don't want to be a part of that war. I almost would rather bribe them to do that. Okay, we can steal a technology. So we can get navigation. And that is our best bet. It's the highest amount of science. So we'd only get like 760 science here or 1400 science here. This gets us a whopping 2,000 beakers. Free. Without cost. Awesome. Our spy has been promoted. That's awesome as well. They created the Sistine Chapel in Timbuktu. It's too bad that it wasn't in Gao. That's the one... Sistine Chapel might have been interesting, but whatever. There'll be other wonders in Gao. And we're going to get a lot of capitals, and we're not going to have to worry about getting stuff. Okay, so 2 turns until the library's done. And Circus Maximus is about to be done. So our happiness problems are pretty good. Are no longer problems, per se, I should say. Siam made peace with Nebuchadnezzar. How many cities did they have? Did they lose another, like, I don't know if they had another city and then lost it. Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's see how this goes. We're about to get steel. And then only one more turn until our library. Go ahead and build the mine there. In Timuac. The seaport is going to be pretty dang good over here. We don't really need the extra happiness here. Yeah, that's going to net us 3 hammers and 3 extra gold from each tile. And we're going to get a production bonus on water units. And Naval Tradition is going to give us extra happiness, and Merchant Navy is going to give us extra money. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, the barracks might be useful. The amphitheater is certainly something we want to do at some point. But that's a lot of production. Let's go with that. Okay, next turn. Shaka has declared war on Pedro. Now might be the time to get Russia to declare a war on not Pedro, but on Shaka. And they'll probably do it. Okay, before we do that, this is a big turn. By that, we probably can't start working those just yet. Let's just go to regular production focus. That's what you'd be working anyways. Work these 2 tiles. And start working on a workboat. Start working on 2 workboats. I was just looking, there's another fish tile there. So I'm going to want to get 2 workboats, and then we'll probably look at... The stable is actually going to be pretty good. We're going to get 2 hammers from that. We are getting quite a bit of production there. The Buffalo Pound will be alright. I think there's other buildings that we'll want to build before that, though. And then the harbor is going to be important because we're going to get a connection to the city and get extra gold from that. But I think for now, getting the workboats up, followed by the stable, is going to be important. Getting the observatory going is going to be good as well, although we don't have much in the way of extra science, so it's going to be a very incremental sort of a thing, so we're going to have to prioritize that pretty low. Besides just working these university spots. So if we did that, our science is up to 15, then we'd get an extra 50%, so we'd be up to, what, 21 or something? Or 22? No, 24 actually, almost. And then plus a bit from population and stuff. But for now, we're not going to work that. Let's go ahead and work that tile. And could work that one. And one turn until we get growth. So it's going to go pretty quick that we're going to grow, I think. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay, build a trading post there. And then a Gaitaca. You want to build the Oxford University. That was timed pretty well. Finish the harbor. Build Oxford. So we have 14 turns. Although we can probably go to production focus. Is there... Let's just manually sign these here. Okay, so we're going to want to work the wheat. Then the buffalo here, definitely. Let me just take a look here. We want to work the workshop. We need another 9 production, or 9 food. So we'll get those. We want those 2, because then it's attached to the hammers there. We need at least 3 more, so those will do that. Then we can go with, might as well go with the 2 copper. We're not getting any growth, but we are producing Oxford as fast as we can. So we'll get it in 12 turns. Now, are we going to get gunpowder in time? Yes, we are. We're going to get gunpowder in 9 turns. In 12 turns, we'll pop for chemistry. Get a whole bunch of extra production from our mines, which is fantastic, and even the stone and the marble in our capital, which is pretty good. And we'll also be able to get some cannons going. Interesting. And we've already got the technology for frigates, so we should really be ramping up production on frigates and on cannons and that sort of thing. But I'm going to leave that for next time. Next time I'm going to be getting ready for my war with Songhai on the next episode. We're still waiting for some settlers that have passed through to settle somewhere. I can maybe check if... do they have a 4th city? I think they might have had a 4th city over here, though, anyways. But Pedro still only has 1 city. But I'm going to leave it for the next time for us to see how this goes and if we can keep growing and keep improving, and we'll see what we can do. So hopefully we'll be able to grow fast enough that we can take on Songhai next time, grab Gao, and then use that extra strength that we've gained from Gao to take on Russia and slow her down. Because Catherine is really the big dog on this map right now. She's at 841, and even though we have a research agreement with her, I'm more worried about her than anybody else in this map right now. Babylon's still a ways behind. They're up pretty high in the tech tree, but they're not really too much of a threat. Songhai is pretty strong militarily and has a lot of wonders, but I'm more worried about Russia just because she has so much production. She's a very, very strong Civ, and we're going to want to keep an eye on her. But I'm going to do that all next time on the next episode of Civ 5. So please leave a like if you enjoyed this episode, or comment and let me know what you've liked about what I've done or haven't done, or hit subscribe and stay up to date on all the latest episodes that I'll be coming up with. So until then, or until next time, I'll see you guys later. Okay? See you guys later. Bye.